Hello to Libra, hello to all the Librans out there. Hello and welcome for your general horoscope of Libra for the month of October 2012. What is this month going to look like for Librans? Well, as I said in the monthly horoscopes of September, there is this thing going on between Neptune and Saturn, and in October there's going to be a trine between Saturn and Neptune. So you have for a long time Saturn in your first house, it's entering the second house, and it immediately bumps into Neptune in a beautiful trine with Neptune in your sixth house. Now what does this all mean? It means that it is a starting of a new cycle that is going to last for a couple of years, this Saturn in your second house. And this is all about manifesting that second house and trying to control it, trying to master it, trying to make it better. And the second house is about your talents, it's about your self-worth, it's about your financial situation, it's about how you provide yourself, how you take care of yourself. So that's all second house stuff. And having this very realistic planet in it, Saturn, it can really often mean what goes around comes around, or what comes around goes around. So if there are situations that you haven't been looking at for quite a long time, now it's going to be the time to act on it and to try to change it. But you've got the time for it. So if there is something, considering your financial situation, that has to change, if there is your talents, if you want to structure, they're not right for you, or you want to explore more and you want to make them better, you want to work on your talents, it's a very good time to do so. It's a very good time to work on your self-worth, notwithstanding the fact that if Saturn transits that house, it could mean that you fear to work on your self-worth. But it reflects that you're probably gonna do it anyway, to spend time to try to do that. And the beautiful thing is that it trines Neptune in the sixth. So Saturn is manifesting, Neptune is higher ideals. So if you've got higher ideals concerning that second house, you can manifest it by doing day-to-day stuff, because Neptune is in the sixth. That's the house of your day-to-day routines, it's the house of your health, it's the house of, you know, all these things. That's this Virgo house. I don't think that a lot of Librans really like to do those day-to-day stuff, but it will help them in order to arrange what has to be rearranged when it considers that second house. So that's very interesting, a very new cycle for Librans. Now what else is happening? So this is happening for that Saturn, especially that Saturn in the second, that is happening for the upcoming second 2 years. So and it's in Scorpio, so you will go deep when it goes to, although you are an air sign, and but Scorpio, that is the part of your horoscope that deals with intensity and with deep digging. So that's all about those talents, and that material security is also triggered here. So what else is going on for you? Well, for a lot of you, happy birthday, you Librans. The sun in your first house, which shines a big beam on you, and which is very nice, and which can give you an energy boost, and which can give you this fresh new start. You feel fresh again. Now there is a building up during this month, this building up is towards the middle of the month, and it's building up between your ruler Venus, squaring up to Mars and squaring up to Jupiter. Now what does this all mean? It means that Mars is now at the moment in Sagittarius, and that is your third house. That's the house of speech, that's the house of communication, and Mars is active, so probably a lot of Librans are going to get more active when it considers communication. Now, Sagittarius is a bold sign. It's a sign that's very straightforward. And it is amplified by this connection of Mars opposing Jupiter. Because Jupiter also tries to enlarge things. So, of course, you're a Libra. So I don't think it will be that much of a problem. But with this in the communication sector, the only advice I want to give you is don't go too much over the top with trying to express what you think. That's the only thing. But again, I think most Librans, they really do think before they speak. They really do consider other people. But with this square, it shows a bit of maybe a bit too much energy, too much fire going on in that third house. That can maybe friends, or maybe not friends, but maybe it opposes people who like you meet on a day-to-day basis, or siblings, or people who you interact with, people who you go to the store, or you go by train, and you know you get a discussion. It could be mostly in those areas of life. So I don't think that's going to be too bad, but expect some high activity around the middle of the month. And with that Venus in the 12th house, that's also very interesting because it's your ruler, of course, Venus. And Venus in the 12th house always shows that when it comes to love, or when it comes to love in general, there is this reflecting that you're doing. It could mean several things. It could mean that you feel, you know, the 12th house is the house of Pisces. And when Venus is in there, it can mean unconditional love for all, you know, that very broad house, the 12th house, without its boundaries. And it's very beautiful. And maybe that can help you with that third house, ninth house activity that I was saying, that Mars that wants to really say to other people what they think, and it's opposing Jupiter in the ninth, so the higher ideals. So is it always in connection with the higher ideals and not simply with the ego? But I don't think, as I said before, it's going to be that much of a problem. So that Venus in the 12th could also simply mean, you know, an unconditional love for everything and everyone, or maybe loving someone secretly because it's not possible, could be the case. Anyway, your ruler is in the 12th house, which shows reflection time. But that's on the background. Now, this whole Mars-Jupiter opposition is very interesting because it shows new beginnings. And that is because fixed stars are involved in this story. Jupiter, in that ninth house of yours, doing its work to connect with higher consciousness, is going backwards as from the 5th of October. And it's going towards the fixed star that is called Aldebaran. That is the new beginning. So there is a new beginning involved with all this. And Mars, which is in your third house, it's the opposite house, is on the fixed star of endings, Antares. So there's something going on with closure and new beginnings. You already had a lot of closures and new beginnings for a lot of Librans, with that Saturn going through the 12th house. But this is on another level. This is on the communicative level, I think, for a lot of Librans. And that is really, really interesting. And the last thing I want to say is that actually I could have begun with this sentence, that you will be fine, because in the middle of the month, whilst all that square is happening towards these communication houses, there is this new moon in your sign on the fixed star Spica, and that is very protective. And that shows that, you know, fixed stars, they really show the overall view. So there can be a lot of stuff happening. It can be very difficult, it can be challenging, or it can be not so challenging. But the bottom line is, you'll be fine. And on that note, I will stop talking. And of course, these are general horoscopes for Librans. If you want me to look at a specific your horoscope, your unique natal horoscope, get in touch. I wish you all the best for the month of October, and see you soon. Bye bye.